Oh, hello. I'm Prior. We're going to be doing a carbon one now on the tier maker. This is 1v1 again. So, carbon. So we got. Sorry, I'm not comfortable here. We got the charges on the strong because it's not going to be. It's going to be hard for charges to take out carbon. So with Explosher and Blobber, just most of the backlines, the slow weapons, because, pardon me, sorry. Fast weapons are they're harder to hit, they're harder to see, they're gonna be easier, they're gonna be shocking, and if they try and get them, they're gonna be able to run away quicker or jump away quicker with Explosher, for example. Where if they try and shoot their feet and they get stuck, they could just jump away. With Charger, they could just hide behind a wall quickly. Same with other shooters as well. You just gotta not be stupid, really. And it depends on the map, obviously. But I'm mostly thinking when it favours carbon the most, which it does most of the time in a 1v1 situation. Now we're gonna go on good. So with Lunas, it's mostly good, because you can slightly outrange them. You can surprise them easier, I think. Bamboo, that's good as well, because they're a little bit slow. Same with Squiffer. They're not quicker to kill with, or Carmen's quicker to kill with as well. It's just now, it's with the Zap and Sploosh. I mostly put them on good, you got a chance to beat them because, or most of the time, because you can kill them a lot quicker most of the time, and it's easier to shark on them because they're not threatening. They just don't do a lot of damage unless you get really close. Unless they get really close to you, then they can easily shred you. But most of the time, you are likely to win it. With 50-50s. The 10, it's easy to avoid, that's why it's 50-50. But if you get caught, then it can be hard. But the best thing is to let your teammates deal with it. And you could just throw bombs with your auto bomb, or if you got auto bomb rush, whichever one you've got. Dapples. I probably should put that on good, actually. I mean, it's hard to hit. They're harder to hit because, the short-range weapons, they're going to be harder to kill because the consistency on the vertical, it's harder to hit because the faster you are, the smaller the hitbox is. So that's why I think it's harder to kill the dollies now. Where with if you were to play Dynamo, you'd just shred them because you have so much time to get them with your range and hitbox. Blasters aren't good against carbon because it's just so easy to shark on them. You're going to be quicker than them to kill. They gotta get lucky directs to get you most of the time. Really lucky. But I mean, they still got a chance to get you stuck. That's the annoying part about them. With pros, you should be able to win sometimes, but I say it's a 50-50 because they don't do a lot of damage, but they have enough time for you to kill you most of the time, sometimes. So it's 50-50 of that. Try, they just got a bigger hitbox, but most of the time you should have the upper hand by just one-shotting them. Or just killing them from a certain range, because I think you can kind of outrange them a little bit. But, I mean, it's hard, it's really hard. But they just got a much bigger spread, so they don't really need to aim as much. Splash, the same as with the T-Tech. They don't kill as quick as a carbon would, obviously. But also carbon can sort of keep the same range as them with the burst and the max vertical flick, or you can shark on them. But yeah, it's 50-50 again. It's sort of the same with Gal. Now free. Brush is sort of like try. It doesn't do as much damage, but the spread is so annoying. The range is so annoying. It can just be so hard to hit them. But like, at the same time, sometimes you should be able to kill them quicker because you do more damage. Pardon me. Depends where you approach them from sometimes. But yeah. Now we're going to go for bad. So these are the weapons that you're going to really struggle against most of the time. Unless you really shark on them. You get the surprise on them. Which you can, it's possible. That's why I put it on bad. So like doolies. Because if you miss, they're going to just run away, roll away, the doolies ones, and just shred you. With noughts, they just shred you from quite far away. You just got to shark on them, really. That's all you can do. You got to hope you get to them fast, because that's their weakness as well. Like, you just got to shark on them. And with rollers, the spat rollers, they have more range, so you got to be much more careful with that. They have to, they can just take one shot and you're dead. You've been skadooshed. And then the sloshers, just more range. They can get you from over walls. So they're better at doing fall off than you sometimes. But like, yeah. It's still winnable sometimes. But it's hard. It's much harder now. Because it's mostly because they got a lot of range. But they are still quite quick. And I put soft counter for dynamo and rapid because torpedo spam is extremely annoying for roller. But it's not too bad personally, but that's what Volty said to me about, because yeah, going against high level rapid players. Okay, rapid I meant. And then dynamo, personally I put that there for soft counter because they can just do what carbon can do, but more cancerous, I guess. There's more spread, more range. You can't challenge them with fall off unless you're really quick and they're like really close to you, then you can. But dynamos will most likely know where to position and stay safe from your hitbox. And then we're gonna go with the splat rollers. This is probably the hardest counter. It's definitely a hard counter. Because they've got to be extremely unaware to not see you. But if you do get aware, it's because you don't kill you don't do a lot of damage from far away. You just got to hope you hit every shot. But you can't do that because they're going to have a shield. And it's going to take ages to get rid of that shield. Unless you try and do... it's super hard, like, yeah, to do fall off with carbon. Carbon's the hardest to do the fall off with. Because it's just... the vertical flick is the most consistent. But it's so thin. It's really thin. Super thin. Like, you got to really hope you get them. Well, I mean, most of the time you could just probably shark on them. And like use the horizontal and like burst if you're lucky, or if you get in a good spot. But you gotta try and run away, or just don't be careful with them because they have enough speed to catch up with you sometimes. They got a bit of range as well. You gotta be careful with that. It's just like so easy to zone out with carbon, I think, or going against. Well, umbrella going against a carbon, it's going to be hard. The best thing is just to run away, really, and I hope you don't get caught. So yeah, I think that is it. So yeah, speedy, much quicker than last time. Bye bye.